Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Entrepreneur Power Hour. I am your host, Chris Peters. Joining me, as always, is my brother and co-host, Kareem Mays. Tonight, we've got Ron Lester back, Francis Richardson. Who's the person that dialed in on the phone? Is that you, friend?
No, Brigetta.
Oh, Brigetta. I'm sorry. We have Brigetta Talley joining us tonight as well, and we're going to have a couple of other guests coming in. Random time periods, people, they get a crazy schedule going, but there'll be other people here. There always is. Well, tonight, guys, I want to discuss something that I was really inspired by that caused me to think of a topic tonight, and I was really brainstorming this and thinking about it with Kareem, and we said, well, let's do a show on seven behaviors of millionaire entrepreneurs. And I'm going to start by letting you guys know that the first point of this article is to start early in the morning. So whether or not you're working all day or all night, people sometimes rush into their day responding to dozens of emails and letting other people define their priorities. Successful entrepreneurs such as Peter Shankman, the founder of HARO and the Geek Factory, are early risers. Shankman gets up at 4:30 every morning to allow for a workout before he starts networking and building relationships. All this before most competitors even sip their first cups of coffee. So, is that something that you guys do? Do you wake up early? What does your day consist of when you get out of bed in the morning, guys?
Get out of bed. Sometimes it's like, some days, guys, you wake up and sometimes you're working until wee hours.
Right.
Especially just early going on. Right. But I think consistency is the biggest part. You got to have a good schedule that you're going to base, your normalcy out of. And then once you have that, then you can go on. But usually in the beginning, in the extreme beginning, you can be looking at excessive hours.
Yep. Ron, do you have a light you can turn on so we can see you better?
This is my light.
Okay, no problem. All right, no worries. Yeah, I think it's important, at least for me. I know that when I get home from work, I think about all the tasks that I have to do that I want to get done during the day, and I make lists every day, and I write down all the stuff I want to do. So for 2 hours a day, I read. For 2 to 3 hours a day, I'm answering emails, sending emails out to other entrepreneurs, including entrepreneurs on this website. That's where Kareem and I are getting a lot of ideas to do shows and where we're connecting with lots of entrepreneurs that we want to interview, possibly have on the video broadcasts. So I think it's one of the most important behaviors for me and habits is to write everything down that I want to do each day and then work from there and make a list every day, because I think the more you do that, then you commit yourself to doing those tasks that you said you were going to do. You start avoiding the habit of procrastinating. You start cultivating the habit of getting things done, taking initiative without having to think about it and going, oh, I didn't do that today. Shit, what am I going to do? I forgot to do this. So it's very important to keep organized, because I know that as entrepreneurs, we're very all over the place, because our minds are constantly coming up with new ideas. We're constantly in the creative process. We're always thinking of ways to do things better. So I think organization for us is essential, primarily because we've got so much going on upstairs at a time, and we have so much we want to get done. We start to what I like to call crunching. Was what Tony Robbins refers to it as, where we crunch everything together and we want to get it all done at once, but unfortunately we can't, because we don't have 25 arms and size, right? So you can't really do 25 things at once. The second point I want to make is we have to learn consistently. So keeping up in our industries is important for millionaire entrepreneurs, but it's so regularly expanding their mindset and their worldview. That's very important. Russell Sadler says, he who runs the multimilliondollarnet.com, learning makes time to read every day. So again, reading books like The Law of Success, which I I'm almost to page 400 of this. I'm on lesson 9, A Pleasing Personality. And I bought a new book too. I bought The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. So I think just reading every day is very important as well. What do you guys think about learning constantly? Do you think it's essential as well?
I think
Absolutely.
so, but...
Oh, who was that?
Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
I was just saying absolutely. I was agreeing.
So what do you like? What kind of stuff, given the field of work that you're in, Ron? What is stuff that you constantly have to be reading and learning new things to do your business? What are some of the things that you have to read each day?
You know what? Sometimes, well, not just reading. I've also started seeing documentaries, stuff that's just instructional or informational pieces are very informative. I just recently saw an interview with Jack White and Conan O'Brien.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, if you ever get a chance, check out that interview. I mean, he talks about his daily grind, what he does to stay on top, how to keep fresh.
Right.
I was really surprised to learn these guys constantly are reading, and he was talking about. I think Conan O'Brien mentioned that he is watching Johnny Carson. And here he was stunned to discover Johnny Carson at the prime, height of his career. He was constantly reading nonfiction books, anything he could get his hands on. It was constantly to stay up to date.
Yeah.
The other thing Jack White mentioned in there was when it came down to things that are modern going on, stay on top of technology, everything that can add value to your life, stay on top of it, learn about it,
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I think because I read this article, I was looking at expanding my knowledge, but before I can do that, I got to get up in the morning and have something good to eat. I think one of the things people do is they always look at the email. I'm making sure I got the Quaker dude with the crazy hair and I'm pounding out oatmeal. And yes, people made fun of me on set for this, but yeah, I have a shot of wheatgrass in the morning. I drink my lawn, whatever. I need to have. And I think if you're an entrepreneur or not, or just someone who wants to have a good day, the one thing to start early is have a good breakfast. Absolutely. Sometimes it's hard to work out because I tried that. Sometimes I do, but not often. I just make sure I'm eating good stuff. Get some fruits, vegetables, maybe you want some oatmeal, maybe a couple eggs if you're non-vegan, and maybe some good juices. And then that'll get whatever you're ready to do in the morning started. But if you don't eat healthy in the morning, it's hard to have a productive day. Right, Dan Sissick?
As I took a bite
Danny
of some...
boy!
Yes, I'm here.
Danny boy! We missed you, bud.
Yeah, I know. I've been going crazy, still trying to find a job and stuff and things like that. So.
Oh, you'll get it, man. You'll get it. So, Dan, you know what we're talking about tonight?
No.
7 habits of millionaire entrepreneurs. It was a very popular article on entrepreneur.com that I read, took some notes on, and we're just talking about the 7 behaviors. So the first one was to start early in the morning, as early as possible. Successful entrepreneurs like Peter Shankman, founder of Harrow and the Geek Factory, start at 4:30 every day to allow him time to work out before he does his networking and everything. The second one was to learn constantly. So reading books like The Law of Success for myself and Kareem, we got to read as much personal development and success-related material as possible because we're personal development coaches. That's what we want to specialize in, one of the areas anyway. And then number 3 that I want to talk about is making a budget and stick to it. Now, guys, you can crucify me to the cross for this because sometimes I buy too much beer, okay, because I'm a craft beer connoisseur and I've reviewed over 200 and something already. However, I'm disciplining myself more and I'm spending a lot less money on that because I have to pay my bro back for class and everything so that I can get my certification for pay me what I'm worth. But I have actually opened a savings account. I put $300 in there today, so that's a good start for me. And as unexciting as it sounds, I mean, budgeting in both my business and my personal life is essential to becoming a millionaire, and I think that's true for all of us. In the book, The Millionaire Next Door, authors Thomas Stanley and William Danko discovered that self-made millionaires diligently tend to the ebb and flow of their bank accounts. So no matter how wealthy they become, that behavior doesn't change, so they stay wealthy. So do you guys think that's really important as well? Just be saving money all the time?
Well, I'll guarantee it is because I was checking out Grant Cardone. A lot of people are like, oh, if I just get $1 million, I'll be set. And like I've said this a million times, but it's true. Lottery winners don't tend to invest because, all of a sudden my bank account's $1 million. what can I go out and buy? Let me get a car. Let me get another car. Let me get a house. Let me get another house to not live in.
Or they spend it on hookers and blow. I mean, whatever floats your boat, right?
Yeah, whatever. You know, it doesn't actually matter what they spend it on.
But that's why they go broke so quickly, because they don't have the mentality of a successful person. They haven't cultivated that understanding of the law of habit, the habit of saving money, like the third lesson from this book.
Yeah.
All about saving money.
Well, can I throw something out?
Oh, of course, yeah. We're just rambling.
I was going to say, part of it also is that all of a sudden they come into so much money that they've never dealt with before.
Well, that's what
overwhelms them, and so they think they can go and do it, and that it's going to last forever. But even $1 million in this day and age and in this society does not last very long.
Well, those ladies of the evening get expensive, Dan, so, you know, you got to be real careful.
Well, Dan's an accountant. He can make $1 million last long. See?
I could.
Number 3 should be make a budget and stick to it. And if you're having trouble, get on the power hour. Dan will yell at you. He's like,
but Dan, are you spending your money on ladies of the evening? I mean, come on, let's be honest here. No?
I don't at all.
All right.
I'm very much a homebody. I don't have the money to go and spend.
Okay. But if you did.
oh my God. Okay, stop.
Nope.